This is James Lupton, delighted to be joined with Stevie McKenna. Stevie, it's fight week. How are you?
Yeah, keeping well, James. Thanks. Ready
Good,
to go now. It's Saturday night.
fantastic. Obviously, it's a bit of a late announcement. Only recently confirmed you'll be on the bill. I know you well. I know you're in the gym all year round, regardless. You're always ready. But just tell me a little bit about getting that call very late on.
Yeah, I've been staying ready in the gym as always. I train all year round, and I was, told that a possible fight date, so I've stayed in the gym ready and got the call. So, Saturday now I'm ready to go. I'm in top shape. I've been sparring over in England. I've had a great training camp, and I'm looking forward to this one. I'm feeling really strong. I'm hitting harder, and I'm looking forward to progressing.
As I mentioned, it's a late announcement for yourself. Apologies if I've missed it, but is there an opponent yet for yourself?
Nothing confirmed yet. They have a possibility of two or three opponents. So whoever comes first, come first uh, to accept the fight, that'll be the opponent. But it's definitely going to be a step up fight. I'm looking for a step up fight. I want to progress now, and I want to move forward. I don't want any backward steps of fighting, you know, uh, opponents that's not going to progress me and make me better. So I'm looking forward to this one. Hopefully, once all confirmed, should be very soon. But it's going to be a good fight.
It seems like all your professional career so far, it's always been a late notice opponent, a change of opponent. You struggle to get matched purely down to your ability and your power. How frustrating is that for you? Because you're going through training camp, not really knowing what you're training for as such.
Yeah, well, I don't really worry about who's on the other end of the ring. I only concerned on what I have to do in there. So I know, a lot of guys don't want to fight. It's hard to get me matched, but in the end up they always get someone in the end. But it doesn't matter who it is at the other side of the ring. I'm destructive in there. I have a game plan. I use it, and not many fighters will be able to handle me.
And it's on a very good card as well. You've got Adam Azim at the top of the bill, who seems to be one of the next superstars in boxing, not just British boxing, but world boxing as well. How exciting is it for you to be on a platform this size with Boxer and Sky Sports, and obviously with the next generation coming through?
Yeah, it's massive. Sky Sports is a huge platform, so it's going to showcase my talent through the boxing world, what I'm capable of. It's massive fighting on Sky Sports, but I just want to be back in the ring fighting. I want to stay busy. And it's going to be a very busy year. Coming the end of the year, I want to be, in the top 10 in the world, pushing for big titles.
Talking of being top 10 in the world, pushing for titles, we know domestically there's a lot of big fights, and you've always been linked with CONOR BENN. He's also looking at, trying to be top 10 fighter, fighting the big names he's mentioned, the likes of Pacquiao. He's mentioned the likes of Brown. He's mentioned the likes of Crawford recently. Obviously, he's going through the whole, is he guilty? Is he not guilty of performance enhancing drugs? Just give us a quick snapshot from your point of view on that.
Yeah, well, I'd fight, CONOR BENN anytime, anywhere. I've said it before. I've said it in the past. If he comes back into the ring, I'll be waiting for him. I'm the man to, really put it on CONOR BENN, and I'd love to get a fight with him. It's a fight that would be a fan pleasing fight. I'm sure everyone would love to see it. Two aggressive style fighters, but it'd be a massive fight for me in the future.
What do you make of the whole situation surrounding? He failed two tests, it came to light, and there's still no real there's no suspension enforced upon him at the moment. It sounds like the WBC are going to come out and prove his innocence. Does this make a mockery of failing tests? Does it allow people to just do what they want essentially in boxing?
Well, it's interesting to see what will happen. No one knows what's really happening at the moment. It'll be interesting to see what comes out of it. But as I say, I'll be there ready to put CONOR BENN to sleep.
Do you think that fight will ever get made? Like, you've called for it for a long time. Do you think he will ever accept that offer?
I think it'll get to a point where you won't be able to run from it. I keep progressing the way I'm going to do. Take the proper step up fights, keep pushing forward. It's going to be a very demanding fight for him to take. So I'll make him take it. He'll have no other option. But I'm sure in the future, at the end of this year, I'll be in a very strong position to, for these fights and for these fights to make them happen.
I mentioned a moment ago his name's been linked with Manny Pacquiao, who, of course, is a legend, trained by Freddie Roach, as you were as well at one point. Now, do you firstly feel Conor Benn has earned that big fight?
Manny Pacquiao's, an old man. What is he, 44 years of age? I don't think you would have been calling him back in his prime. Manny Pacquiao's retired. Conor Benn's only after these guys that are coming at the end of their game. They're done fighters really. He's not calling out anyone in their prime. So Manny Pacquiao, I couldn't see that fight happening, but God knows, it could happen. But they're the fights that Conor Benn's looking big fights, big names, but I don't see him too keen on calling out young hungry fighters.
What do you make of that? Like you say, he's calling out people who he may be getting to at the right time if he gets those fights, and not prime. For example, domestically, as well as yourself, but over here in Britain, we've got likes of Suman, who recently beat Chris Congo. You've got a lot of big fights around welterweight in this country and surrounding countries. Do you feel he's just looking at it because of his name? Where his dad obviously was such a big name in boxing. Do you feel he feels almost entitled to skip past certain levels?
Yeah, well, he doesn't want to take any risks, any banana skins, as they say. But it'll get to the stage, where he will be in the big fights, come world title shots and that. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. As I said, I'm always there waiting for him. I'd fight him in the morning.
I mentioned that you mentioned there's obviously high risk, low reward is something that's always said around boxing. I said, is it entitlement? Is it just smart business?
Well, he is the name. He is Ben, so he's very marketable. He if he can fight at all, he's going to be a huge sell for any promoter. So they know what they're doing with him. They're getting him smart matches. The guys, that can make him look good, but they're playing it safe at the moment. But hopefully I can get him.
Absolutely. Come around to yourself. You mentioned you're hoping to stay active this year. How many times do you want to be active? Is this something that you speak with your promoters and your managers? You've got Mick Hennessy there, Hennessy Sports. You're working with Boxer and Sky Sports. Have you spoken to your team and said, I want to have 3, 4, 5 fights this year? Is this something that you plan out at the start of the year? How does that work for us who don't know behind the scenes?
Yeah, I want to be kept active as possible now. So I want to have 4 fights this year at least. Keep active. The most important thing is stay active in this game, and talks with Mick Hennessy and that about my future and that. So it's going to be a very busy year for me, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a massive year where I'm going to break through really onto the scene and push for big titles.
I just want to quickly touch on your brother. He's had a bit of back and forth on social media with Liam Williams. Now that's a big fight for Aaron there. How do you see that? Is that something that could come to fruition?
Yeah, definitely. It's a massive fight. Liam Williams, a good fighter, and I can't see why it wouldn't happen. You have 2 good fighters and they want to fight each other. Let them at it. So I'd like to see that fight. It's a great fight for Aaron, and it'd be a good one to get.
Perfect. Stevie, that's everything from me. So thank you very much for your time, mate, and all the best for the weekend.
Good man, James. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Stevie. Speak soon, mate.